This lecture will explore common barriers to effective communication and strategies for overcoming them. Communication involves more than words. It requires understanding, context, and perception. Barriers such as language differences, cultural misunderstandings, and misinterpretations can disrupt the flow of communication, leading to confusion and inefficiency. In this lecture, you will learn the most common barriers that hinder effective communication, how cultural differences and language impact communication, strategies to overcome these barriers and improve communication clarity. Common barriers to communication. Dale Carnegie, in The Art of Public Speaking, states that misunderstanding is the root of many conflicts and failures in communication. Effective communication is often obstructed by several barriers, including language barriers. Language differences create challenges in communication. Mortimer J. Adler, in How to Speak, How to Listen, explains, when the language used is too complex or unfamiliar to the listener, comprehension is lost. Even when people speak the same language, differences in dialects, jargon, or technical terms can lead to confusion. How to overcome it? Use simple and direct language. Avoid jargon or technical terms unless necessary. Encourage clarification and ask questions to ensure understanding. Provide written summaries or visual aids to reinforce spoken communication. Learn key phrases in the listener's language if engaging in cross-linguistic communication. Cultural differences. Cultural norms and expectations influence communication styles. Darlene Price, in Well Said, states, what is polite in one culture may be perceived as rude in another, making cultural awareness a critical aspect of effective communication. Different cultures have varying levels of directness, body language norms, and conversational styles. How to overcome it? Learn about different cultural communication styles. Be patient and open to different perspectives. Observe and adapt to the preferred communication approach of the audience. Avoid making assumptions about meaning based on one's own cultural perspective. Use neutral and inclusive language that respects all cultures. Misinterpretation and perception issues. Irina Nikitina, in Successful Public Speaking, notes, words are not always interpreted the way they were intended, leading to unintended offense or confusion. Tone, facial expressions, and gestures may be misunderstood depending on context or personal biases. How to overcome it? Ask for feedback to confirm understanding. Be mindful of body language and tone. Restate key points to ensure alignment in interpretation. Use active listening techniques such as paraphrasing and summarizing. Encourage open dialogue to clarify misunderstandings promptly. Emotional barriers. Emotions such as anxiety, frustration, or stress can hinder communication effectiveness. Carnegie explains, a mind overwhelmed by emotion loses its ability to process information clearly. When individuals feel defensive or upset, they may misinterpret messages or shut down communication. How to overcome it? Remain calm and composed when communicating. Address emotional concerns before engaging in critical discussions. Encourage an open and respectful dialogue. Use empathy to understand and acknowledge emotions without letting them control the conversation. Take breaks when emotions run high to regain clarity before continuing a discussion. Physical barriers. Physical distance and environmental factors can impede communication. Background noise, poor lighting, or technological disruptions can make it difficult for messages to be clearly transmitted and received. How to overcome it? Choose an appropriate environment for discussions. Minimize distractions such as noise or interruptions. Use clear audio and video technology in remote communication. Pay attention to visual cues and written communication in digital interactions. Allow for pauses to confirm understanding in virtual or noisy settings. Lack of active listening. Listening is just as important as speaking in communication. Adler highlights that true listening requires focus and effort. Without it, communication is incomplete. Poor listening skills lead to misunderstandings, missed information, and ineffective responses. How to overcome it? Practice active listening by maintaining eye contact and giving verbal affirmations. Avoid interrupting the speaker and allow them to express their full thoughts. Repeat or paraphrase key points to demonstrate understanding. Focus on the speaker's intent rather than preparing a response prematurely. Encourage a two-way conversation by asking thoughtful questions.